Hi Pisces, this is your September 2025 reading. I'm Mystica Venice and welcome to my channel. Let me clear the energy before we get started. Let's get right into it. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, please be here now to give us divine messages for Pisces, highest good for September 2025. We thank you for being here. So we're going to go over all the bullet points. We're going to cover love, we're going to cover career and finance, and we're going to go over family and friends. We'll clarify with clarifying cards for another deck, and then we'll follow with the an oracle card for messages on how to best meditate on the energies. Okay, love. Career and finance. And family and friends. Your social life, your inner circle, your soul tribe. Okay, so in the love position, in the past position for love, we have the Five of Cups upside down. And in the Five of Cups, basically, this person is watching their cups go down this drain, and they have these 3 full cups, but they're really worried about these ones they're losing and not taking the time to appreciate these ones over here, or maybe they just don't notice them because they're so absorbed with losing their cups. And then the cups are a love, a passion, emotion, a feeling. We'll clarify. And then you have temperance in your current love position, and this one talks about patience and balancing what's important, of being guided by your higher self, by God, whatever this angel-y type thing is, being guided by a divine force. Mainly patience I see in this, and then in the future outcome you have the Ace of Swords. And the Ace of Swords talks about a new idea. It talks about going deep within your mind to come up with the source of a new idea, and that's in your love position. So it seems like you're coming out of a difficult time here, and you're going into a time where you really need to just be gentle with people and try and balance like the expectations of others, what's needed of you versus what you can give, and then how you react to that. And then the Ace of Swords, it seems like you need to go deep within to find the answers that you're looking for. So let's clarify these cards. I'll go ahead and use the Vintage Tarot. Okay, what can you tell me about Five of Cups in the past position for Pisces in their love? Tell me about that's too many. Five of Cups, clear messages, Spirit. Can you tell me about the Five of Cups? King of Wands. This is a passionate person, yet stable and mature. They have prosperity in their lives, a lot of growth. What else can you tell me about Queen of Wands? King, Queen of Wands. These are equals. They're an equal match. And what else about the King, Queen of Wands? So it appears that these two people, this equal match, this couple, are going into a time of taking stock and intuition. It talks about healing after heartache, because this card takes place right after the Three of Swords. Healing after feelings have been hurt. It's pretty straightforward. And what about temperance for Pisces here in the current position? What do they need to balance, juggle? Oh, that's a lot. This talks about, this is a battle, yes, but this is somebody that is like above, they're standing above while the other person is below. They've like, to be careful. It talks about balancing ego. And then you have this one, and this talks about a balance of power. The thing about relationships is that they require like give and take, and without give and take, the relationship or the energies get stagnant. And so in order to keep like a reciprocal, like it's a cycle of abundance in the relationship, there needs to be an equal give and take. So there needs to be a balance in that, and like both parties working hard and trying equally. You also have the Queen of Pentacles, and this is such a beautiful card because you already had the Queen of Wands. It's two queens, but in the current position, you are showing up as Queen of Pentacles, and she is very grounded. She is practical. She takes care of her wealth and being able to provide. She's very nourishing, healing, fertile, and like growth. So this person is like, they treasure this relationship, and they value it, and they're like mature in this situation. And you have the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is somebody that it's a fast moving action, and this person is rushing towards, no, sorry, it's a slow moving action, and this person is taking their time, taking care before they speak. They kind of like sometimes are slow to make an action, but they are also grounded, and they also like, they match the energy, but different. Like this energy is not quite as mature as this energy. And these can be genderless. They can go both ways. These are just the way that the energies show up, the dynamics of relationships in between people. These that represent energies. And so it seems like there is some unevenness in the relationship, in the way, the nature of the give and take. There is some imbalance in the relationship in the current position. And then in the future position, you have the Knight of Swords. This is a fast-acting communication. So it appears this knight, the slow-moving knight in the future, has something to say. The knight, so the Swords talks about, ideas, speech, communication, messages. This is a dark cloud, so there's a bit of anger here, and they can either be quick-witted, or they can be like kind of cut through everything to get to the meat of it, to the heart of it. So it appears that the Knight of Pentacles is taking action as the Knight of Swords. Quick communication. There's and that was on the Ace of Swords. So it's both like new ideas. There's been a lot of, and look at how they show up too in the future position. They're like not facing each other. The putting down of a heavy burden. This was a lot to carry. Um, this person has been carrying all of these burdens by themselves for a long time. And then you got the star, and the star talks about like hope after healing. Maybe perhaps that has to do with this hope after healing and taking the time to heal. You know, it talks about like repurifying yourself. Um, there's a lot of balance in this card. Balance that she like has the water, both going down on the earth and back into the water. So she's got like, 1 foot on the ground and 1 foot in the emotion. So it's a very balanced energy. Yeah, I really like this for the future position. Let's take a healing card. We'll do a crystal card. I'm going to do a crystal card as the oracle card for the love row. Let's see if we get any messages from this crystal card. Reflection. Winter. Take time for reflection. Okay. So, in your finance and career position, in the past position, you have the Page of Wands. And the Page of Wands is a very joyful character. This is somebody who has had a lot of joy for their career and like of just like a enthusiasm, but it's reversed. So it's kind of like in the far past. It's not like recent past, but like at one time, this person was very passionate about their career and finance. And now in the current position, you have the Nine of Cups, which this is cups represent emotions, and the Nine of Cups is also the Make a Wish card. This talks about somebody that has, like, they're leaping from a treasure. This talks about somebody that's doing very well financially. There's like a treasure box and gold cups of emotion. So this person is very happy about where their finances are right now. We'll clarify, and then Ace of Wands in the future position, and this is new growth, new idea. Isn't that what that was Ace of Swords? You have another ace in the future position. Aces are very good because they represent the start of a new cycle, and that can be really fun, So even if you have this, it's not quite as exuberant. It's like this, the way you felt about it in the past is kind of matured. It's the way you felt about it in the past, and in the future. Right now, it's like this. So it's a mature vibe. But I mean, I don't know. It looks good to me. But let's see what this new idea is. Maybe there's just like getting to that 10. Oh. Okay. So in the past, there was a bit of feeling like you had to like watch your back a little bit. Like watch for like sneaky people. Maybe you felt like you had to carry more than your weight of the burden. Oh. But like that far outweighed the good times, because this is a career that you really enjoy, you really love. It brought you a lot of happiness, a lot of the sun represents, joy and abundance and happiness. This is like really like this career is taking you far in your life and giving you the kind of life that you want, like a stable, happy life. Okay, that's all good. What about on the Nine of Cups? What do we have on the Nine of Cups for the career position for Pisces? Oh, so great. Nine of Pentacles. You've like achieved so much in this career. You are like, you're getting to be at the top of your field. This also represents fertility. It's very much like, I want to say like the Empress, like eh, the the Queen of Pentacles. Like, this is a really nurturing person. You have it with this, 2 9s. This is your current position in career. So it seems like this is really bringing you a lot of satisfaction. Um, and this is a place where you can really shine. You do your best. It makes you happy. That's wonderful. So then why... So what is this new idea? What is Pisces? What does this Eight of Wands represent for Pisces in their career and finance position? Success. So, I mean, we cannot complain about this career. A new idea for success, that you're already successful, this is saying. Say, like, okay, are you over it in the future? Like, have you, like, feel like you've gone the road? You've done, maybe you feel like you've had your success, you've done everything you could, and this is the end of a cycle, like, it talks about being, like, over it. It's the, oh, I'm so over it card. Sometimes we just need a change. You know, you just do something for so long, and our life changes. The way we live our life changes. You know, what's important to us changes. What is this idea? What is this Ace of Wands? What is this in the career position for Pisces? Give me one more card. Oh, celebration. It's a little confusing because it's saying that it's, like, so great, but you're kind of over it. You know, like, it could be you're retiring. This could be like a retirement type of thing. Like, you've felt very fulfilled in your career. It's always been great. You had many successes. You were perseverant, determined, but, you know, like, you feel like it's run its course, and so, you know, you want to spend more of your time like this, celebrating. They call this the 11 card. So that stands for transformation. It kind of feels like there's some sort of a retirement here. Yeah, you want to enjoy your good fortune, you know, like, enjoy that 401k or whatever that is, or maybe, like, just you have this new idea, you want to start a different kind of life where you're doing, like, more celebrating, more R&R. You know, this could be the idea of, like, living in a place, you know, that is, the cost of living is, something about it is easier. Like, I mean, this doesn't look like work. You have this at the end of your career. Like, it's like, you know, you want to enjoy the fruits of your labor now. And that's what's showing up for you in this future position. That is very exciting. That's wonderful. That's a lot to look forward to. I'm really curious to see where this will go next month. And then in your family and friends here, let's see what we have for you. It's the King of Swords. So the King of Swords is, you know, we talked about this. The swords are about cunning and smarts and intelligence, and somebody that's good with their words, that is resourceful, mature. They're like unique, like they're heirs, so they're you know, adventurous. He doesn't look like your regular king, right? You know, he's kind of wild. And the Two of Pentacles is, this was upside down, is balance and juggling. The juggling, having a lot to juggle, the balancing of things in your family and friend life. And then in the future have the Page of Pentacles, and this is somebody that is like sort of starting. This is a youthful energy, and this is a stable youthful energy. So this could either represent a stable youth, or this could be like a new idea or a new way of relating to each other, a new something new and fresh in friends and family. So let's see what the cards say about that. What's on the King of Swords for the career? I'm not career. I'm going to use a different deck. I'm going to use a Smith Waite, only because I use so many of those cards. So tell me a little something about the King of Swords in Pisces, friends and family and friends position. They're still trying their family, the people that they spend the most time with. Tell me about Pisces family in this past King of Swords. What do you have to add to the King of Swords? What can you tell me about this? Queen of Pentacles, King of Swords. So this is like, you know, this is like an adventurous person and a practical person. You know, the Queen of Pentacles, she's a provider. She provides a home. She makes a house into a home, and like she really is prepared for everything. People go to her when they need advice, when they need help. Everybody in the family goes to this person. And this other person is like, you know, very smart, very adventurous, very, but not as grounded as the Queen of Pentacles. And anything else on this past family or friends? You've gotten this already today. The burden is getting too heavy to carry. There's a lot of burdens. There's a lot of, you know, these people are like carrying this weight, this heavy weight. And then the Ace of Cups is like it's a new love. Ace of Cups is a new love. It's like a new way to love. It's a new feeling of love, a new wave of love. It's like, you know, having family and like there's divine love. So what about the Two of Pentacles in the current position for Pisces? For family and friends. What are they juggling? What is Pisces juggling in their current family and friends position? The juggling is just the Five of Swords. They're balancing like tempers. Like this represents just after a battle, an argument. It you know, nobody's severely hurt, but they're walking away, and this person's left to pick up the pieces, and then they're juggling. You know, juggling the outcome of this significant disagreement. You know, within a family dynamic. King of Cups. This is somebody that has a lot of love. They're mature. They have a lot of love. They also could be, this person could be very emotional. This is a very emotional person with the cups. It represents emotions, passions. You know, this person is the king of emotion right now. That's how I'm reading it. That's how I'm feeling it. Anything else? What else are we balancing? So you're balancing emotions. You're balancing emotions after a time of disagreement. Did that come out? That was weird. Hermit. Time to go within, not necessarily isolate. Although, sometimes after a disagreement, that can also be called for. That could be what you're juggling, your emotions. So you're juggling between, disagreeing and isolating. There's a lot of different ways to read these. This is a general reading, so if you would like a personal reading, you can always send me a message. My email is in the YouTube thing. It's in there. Queen of Swords. Did you have the King of Swords? No. There's been a lot of swords here, though. But the Queen of Swords is somebody that is straightforward. They're a good communicator. They could sometimes be harsh with their words. There's the two sides of the coin or the sword with this person. But they're a straight shooter. This is a straight shooter. So you got the King of Emotions and the straight shooter. Seem to have a lot going on in family life. So I'd say to take time to balance your emotions and get in touch with your inner, your higher self, your inner self, to find out like what it is that you're really thinking about, what you're really thinking, how you really feel. And the Page of Pentacles, this is a new energy. This person is sort of meditating. And a lot of the cards, this person is sort of like holding up their pentacle and like revering it as like this new idea to bring in grounded energy. A lot of times this could represent a career, but we're getting it here in family and friends. So I feel like this is like representing a new grounded energy, energy coming in the future. And tell me more about this Page of Pentacles for Pisces future position. Oh my gosh, this is one of those they're like bonus cards. I think there's 4 of them in this deck, but this is obviously like a mother helping their child. It almost looks like she's like nudging to go out, or certainly she's helping this juvenile child. But I'm feeling like to leave the nest or to get out there and play with the other kids. You've had this, I feel like, more than once. You're just feeling like so over it. There's just been a lot. This is in the future position. This talks about having a lot to worry about, like victimhood, like feeling the martyr. You need to like release these worries. It's time to release these worries. Okay, so like the Page of Pentacles, this is this young person who's like going in a new like grounded direction. I'm guessing this is a child, and the parent is helping the child. It is time to release the doubts and worries in this situation going forward. Let me get something else on that. Oh, to that slide back in. To even out, the balance of this young person is trying to do something for themselves, and they feel they'd like to balance out the scales and be able to help themselves a little more. And that's maybe this is like a child wanting to get a job, or start a new career, or perhaps they even need help like getting out there with some charity of yours to do it. can be very likely. Anything else about this child in the future? What else can you tell me? I mean, it's pretty clear already. Does this resonate with you? Oh, so it's saying maybe that's why you need to release the worry, is because, like, it, happiness is coming. Like, there's this is like the beginning of a fortuitous time, and happiness, it looks like it's been a long road, but it is on the way. So that is very exciting news. That is a wonderful card. That reflects your biggest, like, hopes and dreams. Maybe this is like also could be like your biggest fears and your what you want to happen. Okay, so let's pull a Starseed Oracle. Let's see if we have any messages of advice for Pisces this month, September 2025. What any messages from the divine advice for Pisces? Perspective. Oh, this one's cool. So there's like a tiny Earth, and it's all about perspective. Like, we're on Earth, and Earth, everything else is a million miles away. But if you're like on the moon, then Earth looks a million miles away. So what does it say? None of this matters. Zoom out. Common ground. Yeah, like it's saying, when in emotions, like it's easy to get caught up in like the emotion of an idea and like getting your like points across, or like, there can be like some arguments about, it's like talking about like letting go of like the little things and getting the big picture so that you can find common ground. Like, if you're like looking too closely, or if you have everything under a microscope, it's going to look a lot different than if you kind of like zoom out and be like, well, then you will have more to agree on and less to argue about. So I think this is a really, really great card. And if you stayed to the end and enjoyed this, please like and subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you next month. Thank you, Pisces.